Hey y'all, it's Michael. So today for my Friday reads, I thought I would switch it up a bit because I thought I would just do like a follow me around vlog type of thing. Basically, I'm just going to the coffee shop and getting breakfast. But I thought I would do it that way just to, change it up instead of me just sitting in the backyard and talking to y'all about the books that I'm reading. First off, tonight I have to be home by 8 o'clock because the season finale of RuPaul's Drag Race. And let me just say, last week, oh my god, that episode, the reunion episode, I was bada shook. Like, oh my god, shook. It was so good. So good. But, so tonight is the season finale, so that's what I'm really excited about. I was hoping and planning to upload a video every single day that I was on vacation. But unfortunately, in the past 2 days, I was basically stuck babysitting my L. So, yeah, there's that. I did finish, so let me tell you, I did finish The Ancient Magus' Bride by Kore Yamazaki. So I'm gonna go return this and then go request volume 4. I'm really liking it so far. I'm enjoying the story. And I love the art style. It is beautiful. And it was just announced, I think it was this week or last week, but it was recently announced that the anime is going to be official in 2018, which I am super excited about because while I have faults with the story of Attack on Titan, no one can fault how amazing the animation is. Like, no one can fault that. Like, Attack on Titan is one of the best animated animes out right now. It's simply, like, a marvel to look at. Like, technically and artistically, it's beautiful. Like, no one can fault that. The studio that does Attack on Titan is doing this anime, like, art-wise. And I was like, yo, that's going to be amazing. Like, let me tell you, one of my weaknesses in anime and manga in general, there's like several tropes that I find myself always loving. But one of the things that I always love in a lot of animes and mangas is long flowy hair. I love when, like, perfect example is the Sailor Moon, Usagi. Or Serena, if you're old school like me. It's just something about it, just hair flowing everywhere. It's so beautiful. It's also like why I love cherry blossom scenes in anime. But I have good faith that it will be beautifully animated. Story-wise, the main thing with this maybe I should do a full-on manga review of this series. But the main critique that I have of this is that the creature design, the world building is actually really slow and it's really cool. Like, it's so cool the way it's building up this world. And you could tell that the creator is holding things back to let it slowly build up. My main critique of this is that a lot of the creature design and some parts of the world I've already seen done before, and it's not like one of these things where like you could tell he got inspirations from. There are some parts of this where it was like, I know which anime you got this from, which it's like a bad and good thing, because on the good end, I know these references that you're making, but on the bad end, it's also like, it's nothing new and fresh, but at the end of the day, it's like, what is new and fresh exactly? So, but anyways, I'm quite enjoying it. I will get volume 4. I did finish the short story collection of The Owl and Other Stories by John Auerbach. I'll talk more about this when I do a full wrap-up, but in the end, after I finished it, I thought it was just okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 on Goodreads. I thought it was like a pretty decent, just okay short story collection. There's definitely some standouts on there. So today's plan is to basically just go read. So today I'm going to try to read and catch up on my short stories of The People in the Castle, Selected Strange Stories by Joanne Eichen. I started this and I just read the preface and the introduction and stuff. There's an introduction in here by Kelly Link, which I heard floating around on BookTube, and I know that like a lot of people really enjoy Kelly Link. So if she has praise, well, I never read anything by Kelly Link, but if she has praise for someone who other people who booktubers like Kelly Link, so Kelly Link likes this person, so I'm going to read this book by Eichen. Yes, yeah, Booktubers, Kelly Link, Joey and Iken. Okay, yes, so that's the connection, if you can see it. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna go get breakfast, and then I'm gonna go to Starbucks and drink some coffee, because let me tell y'all, I have not had coffee in the past 2 days, and I don't think I'm addicted, but I'm just saying. Alright, so regarding that previous clip, so I went to, I was checking on my library's website, and then I found out that the library where I'm going to, the library near the breakfast place where I'm gonna go eat, actually has 4, 5, and 6 of the Ancient Magus' Brides, so I checked them out, and now I'm gonna try to read them over this weekend, that's for sure. This is exciting, because I was like, ooh, I have them all at one place. Right, so I got me a crab asparagus omelet, and then all the other stuff, and then this drink, this strawberry drink, it's delicious, so I'm gonna eat now, because I'm hungry. Well, you guys, what do you know, I end up filming in the backyard. Okay, so I'm filming with my, vlogging camera. It's the one that doesn't have a camera input, so I don't know how the sound's gonna be. So I'm gonna try to see if I can change it in post. You saw me go get the other books from my library since they had it. I'm gonna try to read this over the weekend. I went to Starbucks and I got a really good chunk of The People in the Castle short story read. Like I'm almost halfway through with it, which is great. I'm liking more of the stories like in the beginning more than like where I'm at right now, but I'll give more of my final thoughts once I finish it. Since I'm almost caught up with my short stories in general, after I finish this, the next one that I'm going to be reading, or planning to read anyways, is The Assassination of Margaret Thatcher by Hilary Mantel. It's not that long, so yeah. And then afterwards, I'm going to be reading a physical book once I'm caught up with my short stories, and that book is going to be The Leavers by Lisa Ko. I just read to page like 9 or 10, yeah, 9, while I was getting breakfast, and it's okay so far. I was just like, oh, okay. So that's my plan on reading over the weekend. Now, audiobook, I need to start a new one because I'm listening to Into the Water, but it's not really grabbing my attention, so I might have to DNF that one. We'll see how that goes. So I need to find me a new audiobook to listen to, since I have to go back to work soon. Usually I am reading Mislaid, so I'll put the picture here. And I'm gonna start on, I started on it, I think I got to page like 10 to see if I could get the writing vibe about it. So I started on that digitally. I had this, before I go, because I want to finish this and edit it and export it, do all of that before RuPaul's Drag Race comes on, because I don't want to be disturbed. So I had this idea that this year a lot of booktubers were doing this thing where they would read a bibliography of an author, and in my head I wanted to join that, but then I didn't plan it ahead of time. So I was thinking, why won't I read an author, like a new author who has maybe like 3 or 4 books already, like within the remaining months of the year, so like July through December. I think that would be a good idea. So like maybe, I was just thinking about it, but like maybe July, I would love to read like maybe Asha Bendelli, because she wrote one of my favorite novels, which is Daughter, and I think she only has like 4 or 3 novels out. So I was like, I think that would be a good idea to do, because then 3 or 4 novels of an author within each month would be really interesting. So if you're into that, let me know what you think about it, because I think I would do it. I would probably start in July. I don't know whose author I would start with. Maybe Asha Bendelli, because I've been wanting to read her Prisoner Wife book for quite a while. I have it on digital, and have it downloaded on my phone and everything. I just haven't picked it up. So that's what prompted me about this idea, and I would love to reread Daughter once again, because the book was so good. So yeah, if you have any ideas of any authors like who has 3 or 4 novels out, let me know. So yeah, if you let me know what you're reading for the weekend. Until then, I'll see you guys till next time. Bye.